The latest version of D'Angelo Russell's signature series with the Way of Wade line is now in, and these guys right here feel a little bit better than the last one. I was not a fan of those. We actually did a performance review short with them. I just didn't like the fit. These feel a little bit better though. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these potential bad boys right here. This is the Wade Ice Blood 2 V2. So this is the second version of the other Ice Blood shoe, the Ice Blood 2. Again, it's D'Angelo Russell's signature line with the Wade brand, and they feel okay. It's like a decent budget option, but they do have a lot of performance features that a lot of you guys might like. The first of which is actually the traction. The traction here is full-on rubber all the way through. The main thing with this rubber though is that it's anti-slip, so this actually feels great. On top of that, it also feels really durable, so if you like rub your fingers and your nails across the pattern itself, it doesn't really have any give to it. So this might be a viable option for indoor hoopers and outdoor hoopers. Now, despite being a budget model, they do have plenty of support features, one of which is right here. This little blue piece that you see at the lateral outrigger end is actually part of the torsion system. And then the cushion is right next to that. It's actually poking through the midsole itself. The material itself is boom. So we've got a foam carrier and then what feels like an eTPU inside of that. And that feels like it's full length. It feels very good. That's very similar to the last model, the Ice Blood 2. Gives you lots of court feel, but plenty of impact protection. On this particular colorway, I believe this is the year of the snake. It looks like they painted it a little bit, so it's got a different look to it than this one. This one just looks like an eTPU. This one, I almost second guessed myself. The uppers are interesting because it's the one thing when comparing it to the previous model is definitely different because most of the stuff is fairly the same. But this guy right here takes off all of the weird, lightweight, almost see-through textiles that are pretty standard amongst basketball shoes nowadays, and they replace it with something just a slight bit more durable. So the base layer is actually kind of like a really heavy textile, almost feels like a canvas. Reminds me a little bit of the upper of the Air Jordan 11, that Cordura mesh, even though it's not the same stuff. And then you've got lots of overlays of synthetic leather. That's actually something that I love. Not that it's synthetic, because I don't love that. I would prefer premium materials, but this is more of an affordable option. So using synthetics like this in addition to the stronger textiles, I do think is a great move. I will say that the materials are definitely cheap feeling. So if you get these in hand and you're just kind of like checking them out, definitely not premium, nowhere near like what some of the previous WOW models have been, especially if you're looking at previous Wade shoes like the signature line. Most of those came in premium materials. This is like a far cry from that. However, one of the things that I love that they added is these laces right here. I've talked about these laces fairly often, at least on like this style of shoe, like a Chinese branded shoe. That's the only like products that I usually see them on. And I just really love the way that they perform. I think that these are awesome. They have like weird little bubbles or balls throughout the lace itself, and it makes it extremely difficult for your laces to become loosened while in action. And I'm not just talking about from like a knot perspective, like if we're talking about the knots that you make while you're done tying your shoes. It's more from a sense of like the eye stays. So like those little balls keep the lace from like giving any slack through those areas. So if you cinch up this midfoot section right here extra tight, it's gonna stay that way, and it's awesome. Now the insole is one of those things that I usually show in the videos, and I can't this time because it's adhered inside the shoe. It's kind of weird, so I can't take it out. It doesn't feel like it's glued in. It feels like it's just part of everything. So I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to take it out of there. So orthotics might not be an option with this one, and getting a different insole in there might also not be an option. However, you could always try to go up half a size and then put your orthotics or your new insoles inside. It'll take up a little bit of the extra space, and then they should fit more normal. Speaking of fit, the previous model was just stupid narrow. I could not wear them. It was, I like a nice snug narrow fit, but that was like way overboard. This one right here feels more forgiving. I don't know if they change up the last just a little bit, or if it's just the material options that are different and it's giving you a better feel. But either way, these feel a little bit more forgiving. The base is still very narrow, so if you're looking at these, they're pretty slender. They do still have that outrigger like I pointed at earlier, but it's definitely one of the more narrow options. So if you're a wide footer, I would probably recommend not going for these. However, if you have a normal foot or maybe a narrow foot, this might be a great option for you. And for those people, I would go true to size. I think that true to size will work best. And like I said, if you have to add an insole or an orthotic despite the insole that comes with the shoe not being removable, then I would recommend maybe trying going up half a size. But with all that being said, they do feel like a solid option. Definitely affordable. They still come packed with tech. Maybe not the best looking, but you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So maybe you think these look awesome. I just happen to think that they're But with all that being said, what is today's question of the day?
Do you play in a men's league, and what basketball shoes are you currently rocking?
I do play in a men's league. Technically it's a Filipino league. So if you want to see small clips, I post those on Instagram. I don't bring a camera with me when I go play basketball, typically, unless we're literally filming for on-court B-roll for performance reviews. So I just go in there and I just do what I do and then I leave. This league, I was invited. So a friend of mine who also has done some of our shorts, he actually did the performance review on the previous shoe, the Ice Blood 2, because I refused to wear those things.
Oh, what a coincidence. I did not pull this question realizing that.
Yeah. So Jericho, like, he's a great dude, and he invited me out there initially just to play pickup, and then they started the league, and he asked me if I wanted to join. We actually had a slight communication issue because I don't like playing leagues anymore. I get like really competitive.
And here come the Globo Gym Purple Cobras led by White Goodman.
And I don't like being like that. I like to just be chill. He had described this league to me as a tournament, which according to him meant league. So I said yes to the tournament. I did not realize that I was saying yes to a league, and now we're in season 2, and I did say yes to the second season on purpose. That one's all me. But yeah, so I play in that league. The floor's pretty shitty, so I really stick with what works on it. So the last shoe that I played on that was different was the Kai 2s. They worked really well. I was actually surprised because I can't get almost any shoe to grip on that floor. I don't even know what it's made out of. It's concrete, but it's got something on it. I don't know if it's paint or if it's like a vinyl layer or whatever, but whatever's on there, it's like, it sucks. To try to make things more sticky, they've actually put Coke in a bottle, like a spray bottle, and sprayed it on the floor, not you.
Like the players?
Jericho did it. He sprayed the floor with Coke. And I was like, what the f are you doing? And yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen that. Maybe that's a Filipino thing, I don't know. It didn't work. Yeah, so anyways, the only shoes that I wear out there are usually my Kobe 4 Protros. I have been wearing my Kobe 6 Protros. I swap out the insole for those. Take the factory insole out, put in a Move baseline insole. That was a tip given to me by one of our Discord members, Raul, so thank you, because it made the shoe wearable. I think it's the heel of the original insole. It's like, doesn't fit in the shoes or something.
If you pull it out, it's like really crunched up.
Yeah, because it like wraps up and it is like up, and so it makes the shoe almost unwearable, bro. And so like I was told, take that out, put in a Move baseline because it has no heel. It's just flat. And so I did it and it was fantastic. And then sometimes I rotate through my KT10s too, because that's the only one that sticks to that court as well. But that one's a hit or miss. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. My Kobe 4s specifically always grip to that floor. So I'm real reluctant to bring other shoes out there. Like I said, I don't play around when it comes to leagues. Like, I like to be in it. So I played to win, which we haven't won yet so far.
The first game was, or not the first game, because you missed the first game due to...
I was dying.
Yes, with the flu. The first game for this most recent season that I went to, it was like a nail biter close.
I know. We were down by almost 30 at half. And I'm like sitting there and I was like, we could do this. But in my head, I'm like, we probably can't do this. And I hadn't even hit a shot yet. Like, I was off, because that was my first time playing with this particular crew, so I was a little bit nervous. And so my shot was bad, first period, or first quarter. And then they had this weird rule where they can pick, like the other team can pick who sits.
Do you guys do that to the other team?
I think it's because of how many players we have. I don't really understand the rule.
Aren't they all equal?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't get it. So I end up getting benched in the second period because they don't want me out there because I can shoot.
Once you're warmed up.
Yeah, so I'm cold as all the way through halftime, and I'm like, oh yeah, we could do this, and thinking in my head, like, we probably were. So I don't think I've ever come back from a 30-point.
It was amazing.
I've never had to come back from a 30-point deficit. And then out of nowhere, I get the ball, I shoot one shot, it goes in. I was like, cool, I guess I'm warmed up. And then I went on a hot streak. We caught up, and then one of our other players got a hot streak too. And it was a 1-point game, and we still lost. So it was a bit of a, you know what I mean? Like, we almost had that one. Our next game, we just won't talk about that. It was awful. We were horrible, including me. I think I had like three shots that went in. Every shot that I had was like almost in.
Almost.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like something was messed up with my shot, like where it like would hit iron. Even my layups, I finally would like, cause these guys are physical, dude. Like, I don't know if you've ever played with a Filipino like crew before, but if you want to get tougher, play with them, because it's like football, but basketball.
I was gonna say, it's like football Harlem Globetrotters.
What?
Like, if you took the Harlem Globetrotters and said, hey,
No,
act
because
like it's football
that's not really
out there.
fun. The Harlem Globetrotters look like they're having fun up there. I'm getting pummeled. I feel like I got hit by a bus the next day. You know what I mean? I'm getting checked and shoulder hit, and any trick that they use that you can think of in the book of like, oh, try this when the ref not looking, they do it. So if you want to toughen your skills up, like your whole, like the way that you play with Filipinos. I don't care how small they are. I don't care how big they are. They'll f you up. Like, they're strong as an ox. They could jump really high for some reason too.
Yeah, everybody out there is very athletic.
Yeah,
Like,
except for me.
no, you do great, babe.
No, I'm trust me, I'm the oldest motherfucker out there, and I'm just like, what the f am I even doing here? But anyways, that's what I do. But what about you guys? Is anybody out there playing in a men's league? If you do, what shoes are your go-tos? Maybe if you have a backup too, that'd be cool to like leave that in the comments as well, because I always have a backup for sure. And on top of that, let us know what you think about D'Angelo Russell's next signature shoe. Do you think that this is just like, it's fine? Or does everything that these guys offer sound like they might fit your needs? Sound off below and let us know. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. We'll catch you guys in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.